Hey, it's Bubba. Hey, you tune in to Buddy Jim. Today's guest, this guy is a chef, a caterer, entrepreneur, got his own business and location, and Mr. Juice is on top. No other than Mr. Vinnie from Vinnie Smokehouse. How you doing, boss?
Man, it's a great day in the neighborhood. So glad to have you guys here. Welcome to my city. Welcome to my town, downtown, Labradorville, Louisiana.
Oh, is it your city?
Well, it is now.
Yeah. So you didn't move in time and took over.
Well, I mean, basically, that's what we wanted to do.
All right.
Yeah, that's basically what we wanted to do.
We talking to Mayor Vinnie. This is his city.
Well, I mean, just a little something, man. I mean, just doing what we do. I mean, just trying to accommodate the community, making sure everybody good, helping out, reaching a helping hand out wherever we can, and going from there.
All right.
That's it.
So you born and raised in Labradorville?
No, I wasn't born and raised in Labradorville. I was born and raised in Baca, Vashry. I don't know if you guys know
Baca
about
Vashry.
that. Well, it's Baca Vashry.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Baca Vashry.
All right.
Down Lemon Street.
All right.
That's where I was,
All right, because I didn't even know where you was from. I thought you all was from Labradorville until I started doing some research on you, and I was like, man, he from the parish. He from where we from?
That's right. Exactly right. From Baca Vashry. That's what it is, yeah.
It's honestly
Born
good.
and raised.
All right. It's good to see people that's from our area make it. And that's basically why we do this podcast, is to shed some light on you.
Right.
And show people you could make it out. You don't have to stay where you at.
Most definitely.
So, hey, let's get it in. We've been waiting on this one.
For a little minute.
So, I got a story about Vinnie, right? So, man, I seen him at the car show. His nice 6'4" Impala. I was like, hey, Vinnie, we want you on the podcast. Vinnie said, what you waiting on? Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
I said, we wasn't ready. He said, what you mean? You got camera? You can talk. Let's do it. I said, that just showed me right there. Always be ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's right.
That's the lesson you taught me right there.
No doubt.
Because we were just gonna approach you and tell you we just wanted you on the podcast.
Right.
You just told me
right.
Let's do it now.
Right.
Let's shoot a pilot. What you waiting on?
That's right.
And and from watching you on social media, you look like you always that type of person.
Having fun. I mean, the thing about it is you want to enjoy what you're doing. You just don't want to do something just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to enjoy it while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what I set out to do, just really enjoy what I'm doing. I'm having fun while I'm doing it, and that's the goal right now.
So you always been like that?
Always been like that since school, man. I mean, some people like to label me as a class clown. I mean, my dad used to tell me all the time. He said, look at this right here. And excuse the French. He said, look at that. My son went up there and got an award for being the greatest jackass in school. But hey, it's his personality, it's just a personality.
Who that remind you of? It was crazy. I got that same one. My mama.
That's why I'm laughing.
My mama was like, I used to tell mom, like, Mom, you gotta come to class now. You gotta come to class night. She was like, boy, if I come there, you get a class clown or something, what? I'm gonna kick your ass. I was like, man, I ain't getting no class clown award. Just come to class night. Call my name, class clown.
Yeah, I look at it as having a sense of humor.
That's all it is.
A sense of humor. Yeah, that's right.
So that's what y'all got in common.
Yeah.
Relation,
runs in the family.
It runs in the family,
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I hear. So let's dive into Mr. Vinnie, right?
Okay.
So what inspired you or what? First of all, how long you been cooking?
All my life.
Oh, you are.
All my life. 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All my life. Family. Watching my uncles, grandmother, Mary Batiste, hats off to her. She was a woman of a virtuous woman that I seen that was able to take anything and make it out of something. Man, she would take a boot and make it out of gumbo. She had that twist. I mean, pies. She was a very intellectual woman. I mean, she was a very family-oriented lady. So therefore, I mean, I cling to her. I cling to my uncles. I cling to her offsprings that allowed me to be what I am today. I mean, my uncles. I watched my uncles. It was like, boy, get back from that pot. You're gonna get burned. Little did they know that I was steadily watching them at all times.
So you was learning.
I was learning the whole time. Killing hogs. I mean, we slaughtered hogs. And that's what we done. I mean, anywhere from raccoons to smoke andouilles to rabbits. We lived off the land, grow gardens. I mean, that's why I am what I am today. I mean, we made it work.
Yeah.
And in a very impossible situation, but we made it work.
I I got you.
That's right.
And you say you've been doing it 50 years. You've been doing it all your life. Like a lot of people don't really know what they want to do in life. So you felt like this was always
my passion.
Always.
Third
so
grade,
you just
man.
Knew what you was gonna do from then.
That's right. Third grade, I wrote a recipe, gumbo, which wasn't the most gumbo you would want to eat. But I mean, my mom used to catch me all the time, man. I used to have the little 10-gallon cans, man, 10-gallon cans.
Yeah.
I used to create a little fire, man. I used to ball stuff in back then, man, that you would not want to eat it, man. I used to barbecue wieners with newspaper. I mean, it was always an adventure. I always wanted to cook something, man. I don't know what I wanted to do, but I just wanted to keep cooking. It was like, that boy gonna burn the house down. But I was practicing to what I am today, you know? Just practicing. Yeah.
So like, from that, because most people don't, men really in certain areas don't cook, but in Vacherie, a lot of men cook,
All
right?
men cook.
Right? I guess that makes us well-rounded. So like, you've been cooking since a baby. So after high school, did you go like to some kind of culinary
No
school?
culinary schools, no culinary schools. It happened, you know, it's so crazy the way it happened, man. I started traveling in the nuclear field. But everywhere I went, I found myself in the kitchen, the barbecues, I found myself on the grill. So what ended up happening was I started preparing meals. Okay, if you want me to cook, people was like, man, get Vinnie over here, man. He like to cut up, he like to, you know, cook. But little do they know I was practicing for what I am today.
Gotcha.
You got to perfect the skill. You can't just jump out there. And so after I seen everybody, you know, pretty much enjoying what I'm cooking, and like, man, Vinnie, you need to open up a restaurant. Like, nah, man, you ain't serious, man. Keep perfecting it, keep perfecting it, keep perfecting it, keep perfecting it. That's what basically brought me to this point. I mean, just going around just cooking for everybody, not charging them. I mean, you know, you got the meat, you know, I got the work. You know, I put it in, came that day early, seasoned up everything, started cooking it, and next thing you know, voila. Man, Vinnie here, Vinnie cooking over there? Yeah, man. But now, that jambalaya didn't get serious till I got to downtown.
Hold on.
I don't want to jump the gun now. I don't want to jump the gun.
We don't get that.
All right.
So how you felt like you said, you was practicing, but like, did you feel some type of way like just cooking for free or pretty much just doing it because people was asking you?
It was a passion.
Right.
Your passion, you never get tired doing the passion. You know, you could do it for free all day long. I mean, it's your passion. It's what you love to do. It's how you love to do it. So therefore, you're never, ever going to, man, you could be sleeping. Hey, I need you to cook something. I'm getting out of my bed. I'm going, it's your passion. It's what you love to do. So there is no work involved. Whatever you love to do is there is no work involved. Whatever you're doing, if that's your passion, there is no work involved.
Gotcha.
It's no work.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. So they're going to tie into what you're saying. I kind of already know the answers about what you said, but I'm gonna just want to make sure everybody else understand.
Right.
Opportunity or money?
Opportunity.
Why?
The opportunity present an opportunity. Once you position yourself for the opportunity, it allow you to make the money.
Exactly.
Don't ever go after the money. Go after the opportunity. Now, with that being said, I understand what you said about the opportunity or the money, but that shouldn't even been in the same phrase because it's always the opportunity plus passion.
Gotcha.
Coupled
Jim
with the money.
Gotcha.
It's the opportunity and passion creates money.
Correct.
You know, we don't worry. So if you're going into it for the money, you went into it for the wrong thing.
Correct.
So once you create those two atmosphere, it creates an offspring, a byproduct, which is money.
Right.
You know, I mean, just so happen, I mean, you're in business, you can't continue to work for free. So when you get that, oh man, Vinnie, let me get you $100. Nah, man, I'm not worried about that, man. I'm out here. You know, nah, man, there you go, Vinnie. Nah, man, don't worry about it. Next thing you know, man, that's adding up. And then at the end of the week, you're looking at like, man, your job over here, your skills over here. Well, let's take this leap of faith.
That's right.
You know?
And the reason I want you to elaborate on that more, because everybody right now is all about money. Right? I was having this conversation with one of the guys when I was coming over here. I was like, man, the opportunity, don't worry about the money because you're going to follow.
Right.
If you're doing the right thing, following your passion, doing your craft right, that money going to come. Because then you're going to get to the point of you can't go to everybody. That's when you can start charging. But you already going to have the name and the likeness. That's when you start really charging.
Well, the thing with now is they're looking at the easy way out. And a lot of people's looking at what's the most easier craft, which is money, and cooking would generate money. But for the love of cooking, it's not easy to generate money. Because first of all, you got to have something tasteful.
Exactly.
You're not going to buy slop. I mean, you might sell it one time.
Right.
But you're not going to continue to sell it.
Right.
So if you create a passion, or you have a passion for it, and that's going to create the money. But you just can't just jump, okay, well, a passion is not something you wake up today, oh, I want to go cooking.
Exactly.
I was born to serve people.
Gotcha.
I was born to cook. I was born with a flavor. I was born. I was born to create the juice on the top.
All right.
You know, I was born.
Yeah.
I was born to do what I'm doing today. I mean, I can't give it to you no more simpler than that. I mean, that's what I was created for.
Gotcha.
Because before my time, somebody cooked some jambalaya. But now I'm here cooking jambalaya.
Since you want to talk about the jambalaya, so let's talk about that. So that's the best thing you cook? Or that's your favorite thing to cook?
That's my favorite. That is what created my character.
Gotcha.
You know, if that makes sense. That created my character.
Right.
You know, man, we can cook pork stews. We can cook beef stews. I mean, I cook a hell-fried shrimp fried rice. I cook a hell-fried pork fried rice. I think I do an excellent ribeye, a grilled pork chop. I think I make awesome deer sausage. But when you cook jambalaya, not everybody can cook jambalaya.
That's right.
Everybody can cook meat and rice.
Right.
I mean, parboiled rice. But it's not too many people that's cooking long grain rice. And I know I might take y'all for a loop, but to define jambalaya, you know, jambalaya was something that I grew up with. I grew up back Bashery that they cook a red jambalaya. I mean, you know, whatever was in the refrigerator at the end of the week, we threw it in the pot, we put rice in it, we cook it, and that was a done deal. Presto, that's what we done. You know, that's what we knew it as. But as time changed, man, we got there with the jambalaya and we wanted to get fancy with it, but every jambalaya ain't good jambalaya.
True.
You got jambalaya, you got gumbalaya, you got, you know, and when people look at the juice on the top, people constantly call me up and ask me and say, man, that got to be mushy. I said, man, I don't know the chemistry of what you're saying, but this is something that I've been doing. I mean, I removed the lid. They got about an inch of juice on top. After I fluffed the rice, the juice disappeared. The rice got to be mushy. No, it's not. I don't know where the rice goes. I don't know I can't explain it.
Gotcha.
It's an anointing.
Gotcha.
I can't explain it.
So what it is about your jambalaya that stands out? Is it just the juice, or it's like the taste? What it is like
It's
that
the
makes
flavor. It's the taste. It's everything. It's the juice. I mean, look, I've seen a lot of jambalaya cook. I've never seen anybody remove their lid and they got an inch of juice on the top. I've never seen it. I mean, you guys been around. You guys cook.
No,
I mean, you ever seen anybody remove their lid and they got juice on the top? I mean, you know, I mean, I'm just asking.
Not too many.
I mean, you know, they got a lot of guys out there. They proclaim to be jambalaya cooks.
Yeah.
We're not gonna call their name out, but I mean, they got a lot of guys out there. You know, they're using imitation rice, might be using imitation meat. I don't know what they're doing. But we over here at Vinnie Smokehouse in downtown Labradorville, we're using real meat, real chicken, and smoked sausage that's made right here. We don't buy smoked sausage. We make smoked sausage right here. That's the kicker. You know, a lot of people think that they can make good jambalaya, but what product are you putting in the jambalaya? That's the key.
That's right.
You know, what product are you putting in the jambalaya? You just can't put any kind of product. You got to make sure that you know what you know, that you know what you know, that you know what you're putting in the jambalaya.
Right.
So people ask you all the time, remember what you're creating? What are you putting in your jambalaya to create the juice on the top?
Yeah.
It's love. I need you to listen at me while I'm talking.
Talk that talk.
You know, it's love. I mean, you know, love creates the multitude.
Gotcha.
And when it's the multitude, it's juice that runs over.
And you
can't
said
get it no simpler than that.
And I know you said earlier, like cooking is your passion. Some people wake up, they be like, "All right, I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna sell plates." Does that, like people cheating the craft like that? Does that affect you in any kind of way? Like, dang man, everybody just want to try to cook. Like,
you know,
I'm passionate about this. I love this. Like,
actually, that's what makes everything the way it is. Because You got to have the good to know that you got bad.
Mm.
You got to have the left to know that you got a right.
Right.
You got to have a bald head to know that you got hair on your head. It's all diverse. And look, I tell anybody, man, if that's the way you at, don't stay there. I mean, because every stage in life is a step.
Yep.
Now, if that's where you want to stay, if you want to be mediocre, and not saying that I'm above anybody else, but if that's where you want to be mediocre, well, you stay there.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody wants to win.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what nobody, I just want, no, everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to lose.
Right.
Absolutely.
But nobody wants to get in the game.
Right. Nobody don't work hard either.
Mm.
Nobody want to get, it's their insurance, property taxes, taxes. It's a lot involved with when you start talking about business.
Yeah.
And no matter what stage you're at, it's business.
It's business.
It's business. No matter where you start, the race ain't given to the swift nor the strong,
Right. Right.
but those that endure to the end of time. It's business.
So what helped you take that leap of not being scared of jumping in that water like that?
Staying focused, and I plant myself in ground where they have people that believed in me, not just. And listen, customers is one thing, but being able to plant yourself around people that believe in you. Not only the people that believe in you, and you also have those that saying that, man, he'll never make it.
Mm-hmm.
That's effective too.
Always.
That's effective.
You feel like that's motivation? It
depends on how you digesting it. It depends. You got a crew of people that's around you. Like, okay, man, you make a mistake, you bump your head, you get up, you dust yourself off, you try again. Okay, and then you got some people that you can explain the situation to, and like, man, I told you that wasn't gonna work.
It's like they're waiting for you to fall.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Why you did that in the first place, man? You know that wasn't gonna work. I started out selling beef jerky. That's how I started. I started selling beef jerky. Me and the guy at work started competing about beef jerky, and I started selling the jerky. And the guy's like, man, you can't make jerky. I'm like, oh, I can't. It's called beef jerky. I mean, you take the meat, you cut it, you season it, you smoke it.
Yeah.
So the next day I bought it to work, and the guy was like, man, you made jerky? I was like, yeah. It's like, nah, Vinny, you must have went and bought that from somewhere. I mean, I made the jerky at home. You told me I couldn't make it, so I made it. I bought it to work.
Yeah.
And the guy looking at me like, well, Vinny, this jerky is better than mine. I said, nah, it's not about being better than yours. I just want to
show you that you say I can't do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah,
it's nothing. If I could taste it, I could make it. I've not limited myself to anything.
Yeah.
My slogan is, if you shoot for the moon, if you miss, you'll be among the stars. It's that simple. I mean, it's that simple. I'm not limited to anything. That's what you got to look at as being. Look, I'm grabbing the bull. Man, you can't ride that bull. That bull gonna buck you off. Well, you gotta buck me off.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But I'm gonna get into it. And that's just what I believe.
I like that. Yeah. Hey, that was a gem right there. I gotta let that one breathe a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So with a lot of people, like nowadays, cooking is like, people are getting creative as hell with their food, their presentation and stuff like that. Like, how you keep yourself in that competition with that?
Flavor.
So your flavor just
I don't care how much parsley, how much garlic butter sauce. In today's society, you have to keep not only effective and efficiency, you have to keep it pricely. I don't, $40 for a working man, it's a lot.
Yeah.
A man want to spend $10 on a lunch, you want to go on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, your environment, wherever you're at, I mean, it just depends on where you're at. I mean, a man want to spend $10 on a lunch, he want to be full at the end of the day, but he also want to taste good. I mean, and that's you want to keep it in those parameters. You don't want to get crazy with it. I mean, every now and then he might want to buy a ribeye, but for the most part, and once you go to adding all the rest of that stuff in it, making it look good and making it look fancy. And I'm not saying my lunches don't look good, but you want a good rib, a good meal that's gonna stick to the ribs. It's just poking out.
Keep it simple, but that good flavor.
That good flavor. Flavor is the key. Flavor, by all means, is the root cause of what we here today. Flavor.
Gotcha. So you got them secret recipes like that.
It's not necessarily secret recipes. It's love. If you guys don't remember nothing else, love will get us somewhere. Oh yeah.
I hear you. So let's pick it up a notch, right? So like, if a inspiring chef or cook who say that's their passion since live, just say first, their parents been steering them away from that.
Okay.
What words can you give them today to be like, Yeah, stay on track.
You know, it's so crazy that you said that because, you know, 18 years ago, when I opened my business up, I didn't tell nobody I was doing it. And my dad told me, he said, boy, he said, you're going to lose everything you got.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, you realize you got a family? You know what you're doing? I said, man, look, man. So what I done was, secretly in my mind, I blocked everybody out.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. I blocked everybody out. I didn't want to hear nothing. Don't call. If it ain't good news, I didn't want to hear it. If it wasn't no good news, I really didn't want to be bothered with it. Now, I don't care what they say. They got a lot of people that's going to tell you that I've been rooting for you from day one.
Of course.
There wasn't.
Of course.
They got two people in the grandstand.
Yeah.
Cheering for you and cheering against you.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the cheer is.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you make a fumble, you're still here cheering.
Mm-hmm.
When you make a touchdown, you're still here cheering.
That's true.
So you got to distinguish who's cheering for you.
Gotcha.
Now, with that being said, I blocked everything out. I know what my vision was.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with a vision. I need you to get this. And I needed people to help me to birth my vision.
Yeah.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they say men can't get pregnant, but I was pregnant. So with that being said, I couldn't deliver this baby by myself. So I needed to find some people around me to help me to birth my vision. So I needed to get people that believed in me. So once I got the people to believe in me, I was able to rightfully birth my vision. So after I birthed the vision, we got to nurture.
Mm-hmm.
It grows.
Mm-hmm.
Business is in the stage.
Yeah.
So after, you know, it's when you first open the business up, it's no more different from a brand new baby. You gotta nurture it. You gotta, okay, man, what's going on? You gotta be there around the clock. Man, you grow, and that's how it is. But you have to nurture. You have to get people around. It's like a village.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have people around you that believe in you and want more for you than you want for yourself. Because if you don't, it's not gonna work.
Gotcha.
You got so when what you don't see in the back, they see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't see on the side, they see it.
Yeah.
What you don't see coming at you, and they help you. They help you. Okay, look, man, we got this plug over here, man. Look, man. Hey, look, man, we got this guy over here need 2 pans of jambalaya. Everybody's looking out for everybody.
Right,
it's like
right,
a village. It's like
right.
raising a kid in a village.
Right.
That's how it goes.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
That's how it goes.
So with the business, they always got, like you said, stages or peaks and valleys. Shout out to Kid Leader.
Right.
Right. So what's one of the lowest points that you want to talk about while starting this business? I know you just talked about one when your daddy said, "Hey, what you doing?" But that was before you actually went into it. But
I
while
think-
in the business in 18 years, it was one of the lowest points that made you second guess yourself.
You know, you're not gonna believe this, and it might sound very minute to you. On my first employee equipment. Yeah, Jeannie Whitley, I'm gonna talk about it.
You call it man.
I had a good staff,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. She came to me and she told me, she said, Vinnie, I put my 2-week notice in. I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, what is that? She said, Vinnie, I'm quitting. I think I went into a coma, an emotional coma that I couldn't even come out of because I couldn't understand. Because at that time, I mean, you know, I just had opened up the sandwich side. You know, we rocking and rolling. And she's like, man, Vince, I can't do it anymore. I'm like, you can't do it anymore? What do you mean you can't do it? Well, I want to find. I said, baby, you're not doing that. I mean, what? I want to. I think she ended up going cut hair or something like that. But I couldn't understand mentally the breakdown. And I called my good buddy up. I'm like, hey, man, the first employee quit me. He said, Benny, you're going to have plenty more to quit you. I'm like, huh? This is my first employee quit me. What do you mean? That was the turning point because I was running my business with my heart and not as a business. You know, you get everybody in, you know, it's like, hey, man, look, I want to make the best for you, whatever. Man, some people, it's just a season. It's just a season. They're just passing through. You can't get your heart into it, you know.
Right.
Mr. Jack, never forget him. I said, man, how you know you found the right employee? He said, Vinny, run them through, say you find the right one. Come on. And that's what it's basically. I mean, you have to get yourself in a point where you know what you're doing. You got to run your business, and you got to run it effectively. That's what's going on.
So is it hard to stay staffed since you're speaking on employees?
COVID-19, I mean, I never stopped working my business. Always did work my business, staying working my business. Never got out of my business. I'm the main guy that runs the business. You know, if I'm compatible with 10 guys, so if me and 2 other people could actually run my business. That's just how I have it. You know,
Right.
You know, and you know something. You know, you're saying that, but COVID-19, I was actually hospitalized for COVID-19 and had to shut my whole business down.
Oh, right.
5 days I was in the hospital, and I didn't actually think I was gonna make it out of it. And look, laying in the bed, looking up at the ceiling, I just knew I wasn't coming out of it. But in actuality, that was 2 years ago. Here today, thanking God I'm here today, and look where we at.
Hey, that's
Talking to Buddy Vision.
That's a real testimony.
That is a testimony. It is. It really is. It really is. It really is. Still making things happen. Eye opener. Really changed a lot of things up. Kind of crunched my time down, and we're here.
COVID affected a lot of people.
It did. It did.
A lot of businesses too. A lot of people was getting that money, and people don't want to work for it.
Yeah, that's things that happen. Yeah.
So when you talk about the lowest, what's one of the things that you inspiring to do next? If you want to tell the people about it, or
retire.
Who gonna run the smoke house if you retire?
We're gonna still smoke.
Come on, man.
We're gonna still smoke. No, not retire. I would really love to mentor an individual such as myself, and I believe God got that in the making for some young man who just might be out there.
Wait. Why you just put it on young men?
Young lady, whoever, young woman, young man that just might be interested in this business.
Gotcha.
That's got that passion just like I came up.
Yeah.
That's not actually financially, don't know where they at, but they know they got a passion for cooking.
Right.
And God is actually going to send them my way where it could actually give me some time off, start mentoring them into this position for them to take this business over. A very lucrative position. It's because we got to keep it running. Can't close it down. We got to keep it running. The juice must remain to be juicy.
I like that.
Yeah.
So like when you let's talk about the keep on the business, right? So when you got this storefront,
right?
Because I don't know if y'all know, we had Vinnie Smokehouse. This is a real nice restaurant. So when you got this restaurant, right? How did you get it? Like,
actually,
you from St. James, you come way to elaborate business.
Actually, the guy that actually had owned this building, I was actually renting from him.
Gotcha.
I was renting from him, and some situations happened, and the building came up for sale.
Gotcha.
And shout out to First American Bank. The late, God bless the dead, J.B. Fagu came up and he drove up, man, and he was like, "Hey, T-boy," he said, "Look, man," he said, "You want this building? I think you can do well." I said, "Man," I said, "Man, I don't know, man. There's a lot of building." He said, "Look, see you at the bank. Come sign all your paperwork."
Just like that.
I said, "Man," I said, "Man, you waved the magic wand. What would happen?" Well, anyway, man, we got to the bank, man, the stockholders. Thank God for all of them. Appreciate y'all. We ended up getting things situated. Went to the bank, signed all the papers, ended up buying the whole building. This was actually a Subway. So what we ended up doing, turning it around to a sandwich shop. Been here every day. Thank God for the customers, making it happen, dedication. We still here today, man. Got here in 2006, and it's 2023. So, I mean, it been a little voyage, you know.
So you think by your likeness and your personality, your love for everything that got you to get the magic wand from Jimmy when he just came to see it? JB, I mean, not Jimmy, JB.
It was a chemistry. I mean, the level of dedication, the stamp of approval. He's a good man. I mean, it was, you know, everything is the favor of God. I can't put it to you no other way. It's the favor of God. You know.
This episode is brought to you by Raw Photos. Any photography needs coming up, any videography needs coming up, make sure y'all tune in. You can find him on Facebook at John Rowe Jones. our Instagram at Ralph Photos, or even TikTok, Ralph Photos. Make sure y'all tune in.
So throughout your whole career, entrepreneurship as your chef and coming through here, like what's some things you wish you would have did different or would have knew differently coming in?
I guess the business side of it, because made some mistakes, financial mistakes, you know, and I guess through schooling, I really didn't have a per se quote unquote mentor, or you know, it's some different things. I mean, would have corrected that situation through the course. I mean, you know, just with you know, all together. You know, it just you could always do something different. Right. You know, I mean, employees. I mean, you know, just your training. I mean, I mean, just open up a business. I mean, I didn't have any training. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't have any training per se. You know, as in employee relationship. You know, any of that. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes. You know, I mean, for there's that point, and I mean, which I was able to regain consciousness through that area. But I mean, thank God I lost a lot, but didn't lose enough to lose everything, if that makes sense, you know?
So you think the trial and error made you the person you are today?
Most definitely.
If you had to take anything back, would you take it back?
Nothing.
So I like that.
Nothing. Everything happened for me.
I like that.
Everything happened for me. No doubt.
I like that. So check it out. We play a game that's called, we just gonna, we ain't really got a name for it. We just say a word, and the first thing that comes to your mind, you speak on it.
Right. I like that.
So we're gonna do about 6 words, 3 apiece, right?
All right.
So I'm gonna start it off.
I'm gonna see what I can come up with.
Beef jerky.
Love.
Sausage.
More love.
Love.
Affection.
Let me see. Cast iron.
Flavor.
All right. The phrase, the juice is on top.
The meat is in the pot.
Smokehouse.
The rice done fluff.
The rice done fluff.
Hey, we actually, I guess he did give it to us. So the next game we like to play is loyalty or respect.
Okay.
Which one is the biggest in your opinion? First.
Loyalty.
Why?
Because without loyalty, you can't get respect.
Okay.
And anytime, any individual, you know, some people say, oh man, I respect them. They got a lot of people that give you respect because of who you are, but they're not loyal to you.
So you think that's first?
Loyalty is first, yeah. No
Talk
doubt.
that talk.
I guess y'all is Kendall. that was his answer. Mine was respect and black one was respect. We just, well, anyway, we asked your opinion. Hey, I can't say nothing about it.
But he got one.
Finally. Hey, but hey, that's a relationship. They kin. So they might have planned that already. So I don't know. But brother, I think what you said was a lot of gems with a lot of people that don't really know you besides being behind the pot or behind the grill. Give a little insight of who you actually really are and where you come from.
Right. Very simple guy. Love to have fun. Very simple. Just want to have fun. Want to help people, man. Whatever the case may be, let's work through it. Let's get through it. My favorite words to my coworkers. I don't like the word boss. And they asked me, why you are our boss? I said, no. I said, I'm your coworker. I said, because I think if you work with me, then for me, we get where we're going much faster.
That word, that one word, different.
It makes sense.
It's big.
It makes sense. You know, it really does. You know, I mean, I don't want to know what you've done on the weekend. We're not hanging out. You know, none of those. But I want you to have a working relationship with me. Whereas, you know, you're not intimidated of me. We're gonna work together. We're gonna get this because you got to implant that vision. You got to give them a piece of that so they can understand where you're at. So everybody can we can move forward. Exactly. You know, we could really move forward from there, you know?
I like that. I like that. Oh, yeah. So, in closing remarks, what else do you want the public to know that we didn't mention or we didn't bring up that you would like to tell them?
Any shout outs to anybody?
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. Life is, you know, we one of the things that I realized through all of this COVID-19 and COVID-17, I call it COVID-25. There are a lot of hurting people out there. I try my best to accommodate, deal with, because the public is not the most easier people to deal with.
True.
But I found out that if you able to break that code, break that barrier, it's what they need at that particular time. They got people wake up in the morning, they don't know how they're gonna make it. They're angry, they mad, they disgusted, they have given up hope. And they sometimes they tap in like, hey man, I'm tapping into this guy. Why is he so happy?
Right.
Well, I found out that it's not about me. It's the God that I serve. Because it's a unlimited source of power.
Yeah.
We can say what we want, we can how we want, wherever we want, but we got to understand that we're not operating on our own strength. It's senseless. It's senseless to even think that we can do this thing on our own, because we can't. We really can't. And once we figure that out, and we look at people, okay, why are they angry? Man, look at the times we living in. People are discouraged. People are giving up. Man, the suicide rate is at an all-time high. Right. So when you come in, I got nothing to do but love.
Right.
I'm gonna love you because I know you're hurting.
Right.
And that's not with everybody, but you can within 2 minutes of that conversation, you know, they might have got a bad lunch. You know, they might have went outside and tossed the lunch up in the air or whatever else, come back in and say, hey, look, my lunch ain't right. Hey, give it back. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of it. Simple. And you would not believe that they're gonna go out and tell somebody he's all right.
Right.
Love.
That is true.
That's it. True. That's what I can give you, man.
Love. Winnie, you got anything?
In spite of.
People would be shocked to see the seriousness of the smokehouse master.
Yeah. I mean, I do. Right. You know, it's a oh my goodness and all the rest of this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you still got to know what you know.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
So before we leave out of here, we got a gift for you, right?
Cool deal.
Because it was an honor.
Okay.
To come down here, come to your establishment, just to get an interview with you. I know you're a busy man.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you actually open your place up for us.
Right.
Just to come talk to you. So this is
cool
a gift from the Buddy business.
All right, man. I received that. I received that, man. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. I received that,
You can open
man.
it if you want, but you can open it later, whatever. However you want to do it.
Well, we open it later.
All right.
Let that rapper get you, man.
Man, golly. I got that shrink wrap, man. Like that vacuum pack or something.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's right, man. Gotta make sure it's right.
Good deal, man. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah,
I just want to give you a shout out, man. Buddy Vision, I want y'all to continue to do what y'all doing, man, because people need to see that, man. You guys are definitely headed in the right direction.
Thank you, man.
You guys are definitely headed in the right
We
direction.
received that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. But Weenie ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. It's gonna be there, man.
Cool deal.
I'll make sure we see it, and when I see it, say the juice is on top.
The juice.
Before you get out here, you gotta let people know where you from. No, not where you from. Where you located at, and how they can find you.
We're at 2601 Highway 1, Laverdeville, Louisiana. The phone number is 985-526-1222. Some people call me Vincent, some people call me Vinnie, some people call me Big Head, but I want you to know that I am officially the juice on the top, man. Come and see me. We're in Laverdeville. Oh my goodness. I'll talk at you later.